At the sect tournament, everyone's fawning over their golden boy Eli, the master's pet, wielding a soul-bound sword borrowed from daddy, while I cough up blood and tremble on my knees. Looks like you're done, senior brother. My dignity is bleeding out with me, but I'm not going out quietly. I reach into my storage ring and pull out an AK-47. The cold black barrel catches the light in front of the entire crowd. Dead silence. Then an eruption of laughter. What is that thing? Has losing his spirit root finally broken Ash completely? He just pulled out a piece of scrap metal. Eli puts on his best reluctant hero face. Senior brother, just hand over the jade spirit mushroom and I'll go easy on you. Otherwise... He shrugs with practiced sorrow. I'd hate for things to get messy. I run my fingers along the cold steel and think. System, front and center. Explain yourself. Now. Player. We got sent to the wrong world. But a mission's a mission. Same job, different scenery. Are you out of your mind? I was assigned the interstellar realm. Before transmission, the system swore up and down we were heading there. A world of bullets, laser fire, and mechanized warfare. My one objective, survive to the very end. So I spent every point I'd earned across every prior mission converting them into standard interstellar-grade hardware. Particle guns, laser cannons, healing serum, aircraft. I stuffed my entire warehouse floor to ceiling. And yes, tucked snugly in every corner. Atomic bombs, hydrogen bombs, nuclear warheads, and a few canisters of tear gas for variety. Perfectly stocked. Perfectly ready. Then the system drops me into a cultivation realm. A world where people fight using spirit energy. What exactly am I supposed to do with atomic bombs here? There's no rule against using this stuff in the cultivation realm, the system reasons. Besides, you've got the cannon fodder script. Just hold on until the story wraps up. Why should I be anyone's cannon fodder? I'll drop a nuke and level the whole sect. If I go down, everyone goes down. Nobody walks away. Player, your spirit root is damaged. Your cultivation is frozen. Your junior brother is running the beloved script. The story needs him to step all over you. I almost laugh out loud. Last world I was mowing down zombies with a machine gun, blood splattered across my face, heart gone harder than the crystal cores in their skulls. In this world, there is absolutely no chance I'm quietly becoming someone's stepping stone. I raise the AK-47 and fire 3 shots straight at everyone's darling Eli. Let's find out what's tougher. Foundation stage cultivators or 12 atomic bombs. This rifle is antique by interstellar standards. Street trash on a real battlefield. But here, in a world where no one has ever heard a gunshot, the sound alone is enough to rip a soul right out of a body. Boom. Eli doesn't even have time to blink. His left arm punches open at the shoulder. His precious spirit armor, master's gift, priceless heirloom, takes the holes without dignity, smoking at the edges. Rapid-fire bullets laugh at spirit weaving. Eli freezes for 3 full seconds. Then he screams. He crumples, clutching his arm, and hits the stage floor like a dropped sack of flour. Before the echo dies, Vera vaults onto the stage, the woman who'd been playing spectator, and hauls Eli against her chest. How dare you use a hidden weapon, an Ash? Her voice drops to ice. Get on your knees and apologize to Eli, right now. Her gold core pressure descends like a physical weight. My knees buckle. I hit the ground hard, bones grinding under the force. 1 more second and something snaps. I force the words out through my teeth. If Eli lost, sure. I used a hidden weapon, but if I won, doesn't that make Eli the one who ambushed me first? The contempt on Vera's face doesn't even flinch. With your pathetic cultivation, who exactly do you think you're beating? Eli only wanted that jade spirit mushroom you've been hoarding. Some senior brother you are. That jade spirit mushroom. I dug it out of the frozen waste with my own hands. Nearly got eaten twice on the way there. Barely crawled back with my life. In the cultivation realm, a damaged spirit root means your future is finished. That mushroom was the only thing standing between me and permanent ruin. The moment I returned, Eli heard the news and ran straight to the master to demand it. Not for survival. For a minor cultivation boost he didn't even need. An entitled child reaching for someone else's last medicine. I refused. So we settled it the sect way. In the ring, winner takes the treasure. And the master, terrified his precious darling might lose, lent Eli his own soul-bound sword to help him steal my lifeline. Today the whole sect whispered that I was petty, stingy, too selfish to share one mushroom with my kind-hearted junior. I look straight into Vera's contemptuous eyes and speak each word slowly, like I'm teaching a child. Short memory, Vera? My spirit root was destroyed saving all of you. The words land. 2 weeks ago, in the secret realm, Eli couldn't keep his hands to himself and provoked a spirit beast. The whole group was seconds from being wiped out. I was already sick, already weakened. I lured that beast away myself and let it hunt me for a full day and night. Not one person came back. In the end, I barely made it out alive. And the poison ate straight through my energy core. Vera's expression flickers. Just for a moment, something moves behind her eyes. Then disgust floods back, heavier than before. That's your own fault for being too weak. Don't blame your broken spirit root on us. The disciples who I saved pile on like wolves on a carcass. Exactly. Your cultivation just couldn't handle one spirit beast. Don't blame us. Eli was amazing. He cheered us on and even offered his spirit crane to carry everyone out. I let out a slow, cold laugh. I put my life on the line to draw the beast away. In their retelling, the real hero is the boy who cheered from the back. My laughter sets Vera off. She flicks her wrist. A bolt of spirit energy fires from her fingertip, aimed straight for my chest. Her gold core pressure pins me in place. I can't move a single muscle. The system watches all of this unfold and sighs with something like satisfaction. Now this is what the script calls for. You're the stepping stone, player. You suffer through to the final chapter. Shut up. I reach into my soul space and slap the system hard enough to send it tumbling. The bolt of spirit energy freezes in the air, less than 2 feet from my chest, as a stream of code intercepts it and reverses the trajectory entirely. Before Vera can shift from contempt to terror, the full rebound slams into her body and launches her backwards, dozens of feet through the air. Eli, still in her arms, has absolutely no luck today. He goes flying right along with her. They hit the ground and roll several times before skidding to a miserable stop. The crushing pressure vanishes. I brush the dirt from my knees and rise to my feet. Calmly, quietly, I retract the device. My laser particle shield. In interstellar terms, standard issue personal protection. Here, cultivators would grind a century for an iron body shield, even a fraction as effective. I have 80 of these in my warehouse and use them whenever I feel like it. Vera is seriously hurt. More importantly, she has no idea what just happened to her. She clutches her chest, every breath a ragged, wheezing gasp. Ash, what kind of dirty trick was that? I spread my hands, wearing my most innocent expression. Vera, your cultivation is just that weak. Maybe spend more time training instead of pointing fingers. The word weak lands like a stone dropped into still water. The entire arena goes silent. Vera. Gold core at 30, the sect's untouchable golden daughter, worshipped from the gate guards up, was just dropped by a foundation stage nobody with a shattered spirit root, without me throwing a single drop of spirit energy. I stand on the stage looking down at her from above, completely unbothered. A bet is a bet, Vera. You lost. You owe me something valuable. Her jaw drops. I never agreed to fight. I never stepped into this ring. I ignore her outrage and pluck the soulbound sword right out of her hands. According to sect rules, anyone who steps onto this stage is fighting for a side. When you attacked me, you placed Eli's bet. The debt is yours. That one sentence leaves her completely speechless. She wants to deny she was fighting on Eli's behalf, but the pitiful wounded look on Eli's face makes it impossible to say a single word. I toss the soulbound sword lazily between my fingers. Vera's eyes suddenly sharpen. She almost looks pleased with herself. Oh, I see. You just wanted my soulbound sword as a keepsake of me, didn't you? Even if you treasure it like a shrine piece. So what? I prefer gentle, devoted men, not cold schemers like you. Cling to me all you want. I won't spare you a second glance. I look up, genuinely puzzled. How long have you had this condition? The delusional self-confidence? You should really see a healer. Vera blinks. What is that supposed to mean? Snap. The soulbound sword, radiating with spirit energy, forged at ruinous cost, breaks apart in my hands, piece by piece, until nothing remains but worthless scrap. Each fragment hits the stage with its own small, satisfying clatter. I quietly pocket the particle gun. A gold core cultivator's prized sword. One mild pulse and it shatters like glass. The color drains visibly from Vera's face. She picks up the pieces with trembling hands and lets out a shriek that could curdle milk. My soulbound sword! My father spent our entire family fortune on that. I glance at the rubble with mild distaste. You're right. It does remind me of you. I meet her eyes. Do me a favor, Vera. Break into pieces, just like this sword. Maybe then you'll finally cure my broken heart. Back in my cramped room at the edge of sect grounds, I take out the jade spirit mushroom and begin to absorb it. Golden spirit liquid flows warm down my throat. A spreading heat blooms deep in my energy core. In my soul space, I feel my shattered spirit root beginning to knit itself back together. Slow, but real. The system is losing its mind. Player, we have a cannon fodder script to follow. You're making this completely impossible. How are we supposed to complete the mission? Without looking up, I ask, what exactly does the mission require? Fulfill your cannon fodder destiny. Survive to the final chapter. Die. Let everyone have their moment of remorse. Become their eternal regret. I breathe out slowly and swallow the last trace of the medicine's warmth. There are many ways to make people regret. The more cuts I leave on them, the deeper the scars, the more they'll bleed remembering. The system gets a very bad feeling. Then from outside my door, Ash, you absolute menace, get out here right now! Without a second thought, I reach into my warehouse and pull out a grenade. I yank the pin and toss it out the door. The ground shakes like the earth is splitting open. Outside, instant silence. Then after a long pause, a broken, whimpering groan. I push the door open and step out with a smile that doesn't reach my eyes. Oh, Clara, what a surprise. What brings you all the way to my humble little room? Clara slaps dust off her clothes and wipes ash from her face. Hair an absolute catastrophe. She screams at maximum volume. Ash, you piece of trash. Bad enough you always pick on Eli, but you went after Vera too? I tilt my head. If a worthless failure like me managed to hurt Vera, doesn't that make Vera even more worthless than me? Are you sure you're not insulting her right now? Claire chokes on her own words. She sputters and stammers while everything she planned to say dies somewhere between her brain and her mouth. Then, through gritted teeth, how can someone as twisted as you call himself a senior brother? You target sweet, innocent Eli at every turn. You're a disgrace to this sect. Tell me, what exactly have I done that's so cruel? That stops her cold. She opens her mouth to list my crimes. The words die on her lips as she realizes there's nothing to list. If anything, I'm the biggest sucker in this sect. Always sacrificing, never receiving. But the flash of confusion doesn't spark any actual awakening. She still looks at me like something scraped off a boot. The smug grin creeps back. The master is summoning you to the discipline hall for punishment. Go confess. I can't wait to see how you wriggle out of this one. I glance back at the ridiculous arsenal packed inside my warehouse. Taking down one nascent soul stage master should be a walk in the park. I step onto my flying sword and head straight for the discipline hall. The moment I cross the threshold, invisible pressure slams down and drives me to my knees. The master's voice drops from above like a falling hammer. Ash, You deliberately injured your fellow disciples. What do you have to say for yourself? Vera stands nearby, propping up Eli, whose eyes are swollen red. Eli's arm is already bandaged. Bullet wounds punched clean through flesh, tendons shredded, ugly and raw. For someone who's spent years coddled inside sect walls, this kind of pain is completely uncharted territory. Even if it heals, swinging a sword will never come easy again. My healing serum could fix this in seconds. I have no intention of wasting it on him. Vera drops to her knees before I can answer. Master, I am betrothed to Ash. It's true. But this man is cold and cruel. I cannot spend my life with him. I am begging you today. Please grant us permission to break this engagement. Let us each go our own way. She finishes with a look of pure revulsion in my direction. I go completely still. I turn and stare at Vera. Did you just say you want to break off our engagement? Hearing the slight tremor in my voice, the satisfaction in Vera's eyes intensifies. That insufferable arrogance settles back over her face like a crown. That engagement? A childish arrangement our parents made when we were children. No matter how much you chase after me, Ash, I will never give you a second glance. She turns to Eli with warm, devoted eyes. Only someone with a truly kind soul deserves someone like me. My jaw drops another inch. I point at Vera with trembling fingers. Wait. Let me understand this correctly. I was actually engaged to you? To someone who only scraped into gold core stage at 30. Vera stiffens. Claire cuts in fast and viciously. How could a toxic man like you ever compare to Eli? It makes perfect sense that Vera wants nothing to do with you. I press a hand to my chest, visibly overcome with relief. A defeated failure like that? I wouldn't want her for free. She'd just take up space. At least she has enough self-awareness to end it herself. Honestly, this saves me a tremendous amount of trouble. The cultivation hall falls into strange, suffocating silence. Everyone watched me drop Vera without spending a single drop of spirit energy. Their untouchable golden child, seriously injured. The room doesn't know where to look. Eli sees the eyes shifting and bites his lip. Soft sobs begin on cue. Master, this is all my fault. Over something as small as a jade spirit mushroom, things escalated this far with senior brother. Please, punish me. I only want peace for the sect. He bows to the floor with perfect form, pressing a hand to his bleeding arm, brow furrowed in practiced suffering. Several female disciples tear up on cue. Clara, ever the frontrunner, whirls on me. Ash, you call yourself a senior brother? Eli's been here 3 years and he handles things better than you ever have. I stare at this creature in genuine disbelief. Something has gone deeply wrong with her brain. Eli started this. Eli demanded the mushroom, escalated the confrontation, blew everything up. Somehow I'm the villain. The master's expression hardens. Ash, it's just one jade spirit mushroom. Hand it over to Eli. Master, on my way back, a spirit beast snatched it clean out of my hands. I'm afraid I have nothing left to give. Impossible. You're too stingy. Stop making up stories. Well, Clara, since you think it's so easy, why don't you go to the frozen wastes and bring one back yourself? The color drains completely from Clara's face. The jade spirit mushroom grows only in the frozen wastes, a region swarming with spirit beasts where entering is practically a death sentence. But she's backed herself into a corner. She has no choice but to puff up her chest and swear, right there, that she will personally bring one back for Eli. Eli's tears dry up instantly. A bright, satisfied smile replaces them. He shoots me one last goading look. The master, eager to restore peace for his favorite, turns on me. Ash, as senior brother of this sect, you've shown no brotherly love. Go reflect on your conduct at Frostcliff. For once, I don't argue. I agree, happily, and walk straight out. Eli follows me into the corridor and falls in step beside me. Low voice, quiet satisfaction. Senior brother, in this sect, everyone only ever sees me. You can never beat me. No one will ever stand on your side. I look at him with genuine bewilderment. They're dead weight. Why would I want them behind me? Do I look like I have nothing better to do than play the selfless martyr? 10 years in the apocalypse taught me one ironclad rule. Dead weight gets cut loose early. Keeping it alive only slows you down. Frostcliff stays frozen solid year-round. A weak cultivator would be an ice statue within minutes. I lazily dial my energy shield to a comfortable 77 degrees and settle in. The system, somewhere behind me, practically sobs with relief. Player, you're finally following the script. Just lay low, survive to the end, wait for them to regret everything. And the mission completes itself. Those interstellar weapons might not be enough against high-level cultivators anyway. I tune it out and pull up my scanner. Within seconds, Claire's location is locked. She rides her flying sword at full speed into the frozen wastes like a woman with something to prove. Inside, spirit beasts swarm in every direction. Her skills are laughably basic. 3 times she nearly becomes someone's meal. The only thing saving her is the pile of artifacts she dragged along. On my holographic projector, Claire stumbles out of beast territory drenched in blood, jade spirit mushroom clutched to her chest, battered and grinning. Player, the system starts, getting a very bad feeling. What are you doing? Love makes people stupid in this world. I want to know. Does she love Eli more than her own power? Let's find out. Frostcliff's barrier is nothing against interstellar tech. My mech suit disassembles to atomic level, slips straight through, and reassembles on the other side. I remote pilot it at full speed. When it closes to within a few yards of Clara, it becomes a streak of light and slams into her chest at full force. She never sees it coming. One shriek, then silence. She drops out of the sky, crashes unconscious in the middle of nowhere. The mech's mechanical arm searches every inch of her body, thoroughly, systematically, twice. I run a full laser scan to catch anything missed. The results are crystal clear. Every artifact, every spirit item, every spirit stone. All of it stripped clean. Even the 2 low-grade spirit stones in her pocket, like locusts passing through a harvest. Nothing left behind. When the looting is done, the mech's arm destroys her tendons and energy core. No hesitation, no ceremony. Now, without both a healing pod and a jade spirit mushroom used simultaneously, Clara is finished in the cultivation realm, permanently and completely done. I absorb the retrieved jade spirit mushroom on the spot. 2 jade spirit mushrooms in a single day. My cultivation surges upward, nearly enough to go head-to-head with Vera. And then, lounging in my comfortable Frostcliff exile, I find myself almost regretting the restraint. I should have pushed more people to go harvest mushrooms. Could have run several more rounds of this. Robbing people is so much faster than harvesting yourself. Back when my spirit root was destroyed, Clara had no shortage of opinions. It's not the end of the world. Why do you have to be so aggressive about it? Too stingy to share one mushroom. Not once mentioning that I destroyed my spirit root saving her. Now that it's her cultivation on the line, I'm sure she'll be just as generous and understanding. My days at Frostcliff are nothing short of paradise. In 3 days, I finish all 17 newly released films, every one of them. It takes the sect 5 full days of searching before they carry Clara back. Barely breathing, wounds scabbed over, tendons shredded beyond recognition. When Eli sees her covered in blood, his first reaction is to scream and bury himself in Vera's arms. Clara doesn't wake until the following afternoon. The pain hits her before she's fully conscious. She knows immediately, the way any serious cultivator always knows, that she is finished. She screams and thrashes. Several disciples try to hold her down and fail. Eli forces himself to approach. His face is carefully arranged into the correct expression. Concern, sorrow, a hint of helplessness. Clara, the master will be able to fix your tendons. Please don't be upset. Expertly worded. The spirit root question goes entirely untouched. Clara shakes her head furiously. Her trembling hands lock onto Eli's shoulders. Eli, I ended up like this because of you. You can't abandon me. Find me a jade spirit mushroom now. My spirit root might still be savable. There is no universe in which Eli is going to the frozen wastes. His whole life has been one long stretch of being waited on, and when things got desperate, someone else, usually the cannon fodder, usually me, would be dragged out to bleed for him. Clara, the frozen wastes are far too dangerous. My cultivation isn't strong enough. He shakes his head with practiced regret. Even the master doesn't go there casually. Then what gives you the right to refuse? If it weren't for you, none of this would have happened. You have to go. This is the first time anyone has ever screamed at Eli like this. The one doing it is someone whose power has been destroyed, a backup plan he no longer needs. 2 years of being adored by the entire sect. Not one person has ever raised their voice at him like this. His spoiled temper flares instantly. You chose to go yourself. Nobody forced you. And even if your tendons heal, your spirit root is gone. Fixing tendons just makes you a slightly healthier failure. Before everything collapsed, Eli might have kept stringing Clara along as backup. Now that she's ruined, he has no reason to keep looking her way. Better to invest his energy in Vera and the master. People who still have futures. Clara goes rigid as a post. You actually think I'm a... From the day you set foot in this sect, every single time I was there for you. I lost my cultivation because of you. And you have the nerve to look down on me? I stroll into Clara's room at a leisurely pace. Eli's eyes shift instantly. He pivots. How dare you show your face here, Ash? If you hadn't been so stingy with the jade spirit mushroom, Clara would never have gone out to get one. This is your fault. The nearby disciples nod like clockwork. But Clara, flat on her bed, is not buying it this time. Eli, I went there for you. Don't you dare pin this on Ash. Eli finally has the opening he's been waiting for. He turns on her completely. Tears materialize on cue. Clara, how could you accuse me like this? If it wasn't for Ash, I'm done with you. He slaps his hands over his face and rushes out sobbing. A crowd of disciples chases after him immediately, eager to comfort their idol. The narrow room falls quiet. Just the two of us. Clara drags herself through her pain and drops to her knees in front of me with a heavy thud. Ash? You have a way to get jade spirit mushrooms, don't you? You wouldn't just let me die. I watch this broken woman and something becomes very clear. Nobody's brain was ever truly switched off by the script. They all have functioning minds. When they called me cruel and heartless, it was never about the truth. It was a convenient excuse to step on me while winning Eli's favor. I was a stepping stone, and they used me with practiced ease. Whether I was actually cruel or not, nobody cared enough to ask. But when the walls close in and there's nowhere left to turn, Clara knows exactly who can save her. And she will get on her knees to prove it. This so-called beloved of theirs is just a crowd of people with too much free time, picking someone pretty to dote on for entertainment. The moment things actually fall apart, all that devotion means absolutely nothing. People will always save themselves first. Player, the system bounces inside my head, practically giddy. This is your moment. You have dozens of jade spirit mushrooms in that storage ring. Just hand one over. Play the good guy. By the final chapter, Clara will be sobbing her eyes out with regret. That's the mission. My storage ring does, in fact, contain several dozen jade spirit mushrooms, courtesy of my mech suit, which essentially shaved half a mountainside in one automated pass. Effortless doesn't even begin to cover it. I turn to face Clara. Actually, I do have something for you. A desperate, hungry light floods into her eyes. I casually pull out a massive pile of jade spirit mushrooms, spirit stones, artifacts, and a few drops of healing serum. I let the drops fall onto the back of my own hand. A nasty wound seals shut in seconds. No scar, no trace. Interstellar era medicine, 5,000 years ahead of anything in this realm. Clara's eyes go wide enough to fall out of her head. Joy floods across her face. Thank you, senior brother. Thank you. From this day forward, whatever you need, I would give my life for you without a second thought. I reach into a corner and pull out a few copper coins. I set them down in front of Clara. Then right in front of her eyes, I sweep every last treasure back into my storage ring. Who said any of that was for you? I set the copper coins on the floor between us. Call it charity. The master's orders were clear. You're useless now. Pack your things and go sweep the outer sect. Player, the system shrieks. I am begging you, just be decent for once. Can we please complete the mission? I am completing the mission. As long as I have enough firepower, surviving to the end is no problem at all. As for the regret you keep talking about. Tell me, does Clara regret it right now? The system crashes. Complete shutdown. In a world gone wrong, the first thing you kill is your inner saint. First rule I learned in the apocalypse. There is no version of me that plays the selfless martyr, not in any world. The light in Claire's eyes dies. What replaces it is pure, absolute terror. She claws at the hem of my robe. Ash, please, but you have so many mushrooms. Just one. That's all I'm asking. And that medicine, I know it could fix my tendons. I know it... The dark mouth of my particle gun swings toward her hand and fires. At this range, the shot punches straight through. Bone fragments scatter across the floor. The air fills with the smell of charred flesh. She writhes, clutching what remains of her hand, screaming. I blow across the barrel and tuck it back into storage. So your spirit root is gone. Not that big of a deal, right? You love Eli more than anything, and Eli is everyone's darling. Surely someone so beloved can get you a mushroom. I'll leave that to him. Clara, now truly and completely powerless, has no future left to speak of. Her family will discard her without hesitation and redirect their resources to a daughter worth investing in. The once proud intersect disciple will spend the rest of her days sweeping floors in the outer quarters. That kind of fall is enough to haunt a person forever. I'm humming to myself on the walk back to my courtyard when Vera materializes out of nowhere behind me. Dead of night. Just the two of us. I step back immediately and create a safe distance. Vera's lips press together. She forces the words out. Ash? Why are you avoiding me? There's genuine confusion in her eyes. She's searching for the old version of me. The one who used to orbit her every move, desperate for scraps of her attention. So she can enjoy being worshipped again. I reach into my storage and close my fingers around a compact particle stun baton. Of course I'm avoiding you. A gold core stage waste haunting me in the dead of night. What if you actually refuse to leave? Even the pitch black night can't hide the expression that crosses Vera's face, dark enough to rival the bottom of a burnt pot. She laughs, cold and sharp. Ash, don't think I can't see what you're doing. Playing hard to get. You really think that's enough to get my attention? Her chin lifts. Everyone in this sect sees me as heaven's chosen. They're all counting on me to bring glory to this place. Getting pinned down by a foundation stage nobody like me. And the sect is counting on you for glory. I pause. Did they run out of real options? Honestly, if it's going to be like this, I'll just file to leave the sect tomorrow and find somewhere better. Vera's face goes pale with fury. Her pride slams her jaw shut. Then she yanks out her sword and comes straight at me. In raw cultivation, she'd beat me handily. In terms of gear, even 10 Veras wouldn't stand a chance. Every slash aimed straight at my face. No mercy, no testing. She wants to end this. I snap on my energy shield. The moment her blade thrusts forward, I send a full charge through the stun baton. Metal conducts electricity, naturally. Before Vera realizes what's happening, the current tears straight through her. She screams like her very soul is on fire. If she weren't at the gold core stage, that voltage would have cooked her alive. Tomorrow is going to be something special. Vera! A dramatic wail cuts through the air. Eli comes rushing in and throws himself at her side. The performance is almost painful to watch. Ash, how could you do something like that to Vera? I wipe down the stun baton at a leisurely pace and tuck it away like a prized possession. I was just sparring with a waste, helping Vera understand exactly how useless she is around here. Vera has been humiliated one too many times. She finally snaps. Ash, I was being generous, warning you about the trial realm tomorrow and letting you tag along. Since you can't appreciate it, don't bother showing up. She reassembles that smug, superior look, dead certain I'll drop to my knees and beg to be included. Eli steps forward, wearing a carefully crafted expression of concern. Vera, isn't that a little harsh? He's only at Foundation Stage 6. Going into the secret realm alone is genuinely dangerous. Then smoothly turning to me. Ash, I know you're jealous that everyone adores me. But you can't gamble with your own life. I actually have a cultivation pill my junior disciple made specifically for me. Strengthens the body. Consider it a gift. He holds out a small box. Vera lets out a sharp puff. What a waste of good medicine on him. I take it with a frown and look inside. One dark, murky cultivation pill. A faint smell of spirit herb underneath something else I can't quite name. An alarm fires inside my ear. Mechanical, looping, audible only to me. Critical levels of arsenic trioxide detected. Arsenic trioxide. Common name, arsenic. A little and you're glued to the toilet. A lot and you're meeting your ancestors. The junior disciple nearby is practically hopping with indignation. That pill was made specifically for you. Why are you handing it off to someone else? Is he even worthy of my cultivation pill? Eli is settling into a satisfied smirk, ready to play the gracious winner, keep his admirer dangling on a thread, when a thunderous roar splits the distance. Whatever it is, it's charging straight toward us. Vera's eyes snap to the horizon. Her pupils contract to pinpoints. High-tier spirit beast, run! 2 legs against 4, no contest. In the blink of an eye, the beast is on us. Eli immediately dives behind the crowd, scrambling in blind panic. Vera, what do we do? That thing looks terrifying. Vera stays surprisingly calm, issues the order without hesitation. Ash, you lure the beast away. I'll get the others out. I stare at her. The sheer thickness of this woman's skin is almost impressive. Vera, you love your disciple so much. You lure it yourself. Called out in front of everyone, her face goes red, but she holds her ground. The others are too weak. They need my protection. You're better at drawing attention anyway. Oh, so you get to be the hero? Fine. You lure the beast. I'll stay back and protect everyone while they escape. Ash, this is not the time. Eli lights up. I have my spirit crane. It can fly everyone out. The spirit crane, a gift from the master himself, powerful enough to carry passengers high into the air, expands in an instant. The pale-faced disciples scramble onto its back without hesitation. Eli surveys the crowded crane and puts on his most apologetic face. Oh no, it's full. Ash isn't on yet. Whatever shall we do? Vera gives me a cold smile, waiting for me to beg. I wave it off. That thing is a disaster waiting to happen. My mech suit covers thousands of miles a minute. Your flesh and feather bird doesn't come close. Vera's last thread of patience snaps. Fine. If you're too good for us, we're done worrying about you. Eli, let's go. The spirit crane lumbers into the air and wobbles into the distance. The beast watches its prey escape and loses it entirely. With a furious roar, it launches itself straight at me. It gets halfway there. Then my energy shield sends it slamming hard back. I pull out my micro-aerial sonar device and play a frequency no human ear can detect. The beast freezes, stops attacking, drops to the ground, and kneels, completely submissive. Interstellar sonar can replicate the language of any beast. What I just played was a direct command from the Beast King, hardwired into every beast's instincts, buried so deep it's impossible to resist. By now, the spirit crane is a tiny black dot fading into the horizon. It must be overloaded. The once graceful spirit crane is thrashing its wings in desperation, looking more like a fat, panicked goose than any kind of divine creature. I haul my laser cannon out of storage, take steady aim at the wobbling silhouette above, flip on auto-tracking, and slam the fire button. A shell screams through the air. That sound. I haven't heard it in so long. My blood sings. Every pore on my body opens with satisfaction. I find a comfortable hilltop, pull out my holographic projector, and settle in for the live broadcast. The group, who thought they'd already escaped, gets blindsided by the blast out of nowhere. Every last one of them stunned senseless. Eli is screaming at the top of his lungs. It's all your fault. You slowed the crane down. Get off. When lives are on the line, nobody volunteers to jump. Disciples cling to the spirit crane's feathers for dear life, and the once pampered divine bird gets yanked half-bald in the process. The shell has its own guidance system. It hits the spirit crane square in the head, leaving nothing above the neck. They drop from midair like dumplings into a pot. No time to scream. The beast charges out and goes straight for Eli. No more gentle junior disciple act. He grabs the nearest female disciple and shoves her directly into the beast's jaws without a moment's hesitation. The beast tears her right arm clean off. Each crunch sharp, wet, final. She passes out cold. I dust off my hands and pull out a bag of sunflower seeds. Light a coil of mosquito incense nearby. The mech suit extends its mechanical arm to pick wild fruit for me. Even the system, frozen stiff with existential dread, gets smacked out of hiding and set to work pouring my tea, hands shaking the whole time. On the holographic display, the carnage rolls on. Without her soul-bound sword, Vera's power drops sharply. She barely trades a few exchanges with the beast before the poison starts eating away at her spirit root's energy core. Exactly what was done to mine, not so long ago. The other disciples fare no better. Wounded, crippled, broken. But nobody's dead. When I gave the beast its orders earlier, I made one thing very clear. Leave them breathing. Let them survive as broken wrecks. I want to see if they still feel like playing the beloved script after this. The beast toys with them like a cat with cornered mice, then finally walks away satisfied. Of everyone left, only Vera is barely still on her feet. Eli used his sex sisters as human shields and escaped with only half his cultivation destroyed. I get up and rummage through my storage until I find one atomic bomb. The system nearly leaves its body. Player, what do you need that for? That thing has way too much firepower. You'll level the entire trial realm. I study the marker dozens of miles out. An ancient divine sword buried under that mountain. Just buried a little too deep. Without an atomic bomb, a foundation stage cultivator could dig for 100 years and never reach it. I give the system a solid kick and fly my mech suit straight toward the marker. The trial realm is genuinely breathtaking. The kind of scenery I never once saw during 10 years in the zombie apocalypse world. Crystalline valleys, ancient formations, light filtering through spiritual mist in long golden shafts. Then without a shred of remorse, I stack dozens of energy shields around myself and casually toss the little warhead at the mountain. The explosion tears through the world. A wall of scorching heat rolls in from every direction. Even behind dozens of layered shields, the shockwave slams against my chest like a physical fist. Half the trial realm collapses in an instant. At the epicenter, not a blade of grass remains. Nothing left but one bare, gleaming, ancient divine sword, sitting there like it's been waiting. Not a scratch on it. My mech retrieves it and drops it into my hand. The sword seems slightly rattled by the atomic bomb. Honestly, fair enough. It doesn't seem to mind that I'm only foundation stage. It accepts me as master without a fight. Got exactly what I came for. I walk out of the trial realm completely satisfied. Outside, my fellow sect members are in a sorry state, Vera's spirit root visibly turning black. The other disciples sprawled across the ground, wailing. The worst off is the potion cultivator. Her right arm is gone. Forget about training. She won't be able to carry water or chop wood anymore. The master arrives and surveys the damage. Every disciple who entered the trial realm came out broken. His entire peak on the verge of dying out. Out of pure habit, he turns every bit of his anger on me. Ash, what kind of senior disciple are you? How did your sex sisters end up like this? I glance down at the wreckage with perfect calm. Vera says nothing. Eli has retreated to the very back row, not making a sound. Can't help it. Everyone was fighting over who got to protect Eli. This is just how it turned out. But hey, dying for the one you adore. There are worse ways to go. I'm sure they have no regrets. The potion cultivator is clutching her severed stump, crying so hard she can barely breathe. That's not what happened. Eli dragged me in front of the beast himself. Master, please, I still want to be a potion cultivator. Please, you have to stand up for me. I crack open another sunflower seed. I could have gotten away. He tripped me and shoved me straight into the beast's mouth. My spirit root is completely destroyed. Master, please save me. So much for the beloved script. Nobody's following it anymore. The master's expression cycles through a dozen emotions at once, but Eli walked out unscathed. And as Eli's biggest admirer, that fact makes punishment deeply inconvenient. Eli keeps running his beloved act with professional dedication. Just like that, the script loops back around. The master turns the full weight of his blame on me. Ash, your fellow disciples are ruined. Why are you completely untouched? The way he says it, like simply being alive is the greatest crime I could commit. I draw the ancient divine sword slowly. The blade catches the light, surrounded by a sea of envy and undisguised hatred. I run my hand along the cool flat of the blade. Your disciple was busy retrieving a divine weapon. No time to babysit a pack of wastes. The master's eyes lock onto the sword. The greed spreading across his face is impossible to hide. His disciple's suffering? Forgotten. An ancient divine sword does not. Ash? You actually found something like that? Hand it over to your master. Now. I put the sword away and look at him the way you look at something you scraped off the bottom of your boot. Hand it to you? As if you deserve it. Dead silence falls over the entire crowd. Every trace of envy evaporates into sheer horror. They stare at me like I'm already a corpse. A nascent soul stage master could kill me in one move. The master has clearly decided to do exactly that. Murder for treasure. Practically routine in the cultivation realm. He channels his spirit energy and charges straight at me. You insolent disciple, how dare you defy your own master? Since you refuse to hand over that sword, today I purge you from this sect. Late-stage nascent soul pressure dwarfs gold core by a terrifying margin. Spirit energy comes crashing down on me from every direction. I activate my energy shield without breaking a sweat. 12 layers, stacked clean. This small fry burns through exactly 3 of them before running empty. He stares at me completely dumbfounded. I look at him with cold, flat eyes. Master, according to sect rules, if a disciple wins a challenge against their master, they can take over the position. Does that rule still stand? Countless horrified eyes turn to the master. He's backed into a corner with no clean exit. But deep down, he still can't bring himself to take a foundation stage nobody seriously. A foundation stage cultivator challenging a nascent soul master? You have no idea where you stand. Today, I send you to your next life. His eyes go bloodshot. He gathers every last drop of power and winds up his strongest move. A tidal wave of spirit energy comes crashing toward me, almost as dramatic as the atomic bomb shockwave from earlier. Almost. Compared to an actual atomic bomb, this is just noise, and every cultivator shares the same fatal weakness. Big moves drain spirit energy fast. Throw out a few of those and you're running on fumes. Recharging means sitting still while your spirit roots slowly refill. By the time they're full, the moment has long passed. This time, 6 of my 12 shield layers shatter. I pull my particle handgun from storage. The moment it's out, I activate transformation mode. It reshapes itself into a long sword that fits seamlessly into this world's aesthetic. I raise it high above my head and call down lightning from the sky. In the cultivation realm, summoning heavenly lightning is a technique reserved for soul transformation stage masters. I sneak a glance at the invisible thunder device hovering overhead. Back in the interstellar realm, you could buy this thing from a street vendor. $9.99 with free shipping, and they throw in a complimentary scrubbing cloth. Leave a 5-star review, get 3 coins back. Cheap? Sure. Effective? Absolutely. An ultra-high voltage surge drops from the sky and channels straight down through the particle sword and into the master. The boom shakes the ground beneath every set of feet present. The master goes flying like a kite with a snapped string, hurled hundreds of meters through the air. His spirit root is reduced to ash. He hits the ground, vomiting blood. The crowd stares with even wider, more terrified eyes. All except Vera. This gold core waste is burning with envy, but beneath it I catch something else. A flicker of genuine awe she can't quite suppress. I roll my eyes at her. In my eyes, Vera will always be a total lost cause. Back in the interstellar realm, teenagers pilot mech suits into battle against the insect horde. Vera is well past 30, barely pulling her weight. She'd get rejected as a woodcutter at any major sect. A waste through and through. I poke the system. Want to see what a real beloved script looks like? The system trembles. What are you planning now? I slowly pull out a single stalk of Jade Buddha branch. If the Jade Spirit Mushroom can repair a spirit root, the Jade Buddha branch is in another league entirely. It can resurrect a destroyed spirit root from nothing. I dangle it in front of a crowd of starving wolf stares and put on a show of hesitation. I happen to grab a stalk of Jade Buddha branch back in the trial realm. Only the one, though. Who should get it? The beloved script collapses completely. Right now, Eli could have 10 halos stacked on him, and nobody would spare him a glance. Everyone is scrambling for this one lifeline. In a world where cultivation is everything, lose it, and you become an ant that anyone can crush underfoot. Vera reacts fastest. She crawls forward and immediately plays the emotional angle. Ash? We've been engaged since childhood. I'm your future wife. That Jade Buddha branch belongs to me. Nonsense! I raised Ash. That medicine belongs to your master. And Vera already called off the engagement. What betrothal are you talking about? Ash? When I first joined the sect, you said I was your favorite. I've wanted to be a potion cultivator my whole life. Without my spirit root, how am I supposed to live? For just a moment, I almost feel like I'm the one holding the beloved script. Eli is shoved clean into the corner. Nobody glances at him, let alone thinks about giving him the medicine. I toss the Jade Buddha branch into the air. The crowd throws themselves at it like a pack of rabid dogs. The old fox always wins. The master snatches it and swallows it whole in one gulp. Only after it's down his throat do I slap my hands to my face, eyes wide with horror. Oh no, that cultivation pill Eli gave me earlier. I think I accidentally mixed it into the jade Buddha branch juice. The words are barely out before the master lets out a wretched sound and vomits a massive mouthful of black blood. The arsenic is kicking in. I put on my most innocent face. Master, are you all right? What's happening? A nascent soul stage cultivator won't die from a little arsenic, but the jade Buddha branch, contaminated by the poison, has destroyed his spirit root completely. No coming back from that. No fixing it. The master, consumed by rage and agony, spins around and slaps Eli clean off his feet. The group's darling goes flying like a rag doll and hits the ground, barely breathing. The master doesn't even glance at him. He lunges straight at me, wraps himself around my leg, and starts weeping. Ash, your master's spirit root is almost gone. Please, just one more stalk. I'm begging you. I ignore every word and look up at the sky. Dark demon energy is churning overhead, thicker and heavier by the second. My entire arsenal of star-grade weapons can't produce an effect like that. The system is screaming inside my head. Player, we are done for. That's the demon lord of this world. His combat power is on par with Transcendent Stage. I narrow my eyes at the dark mass above. The demon lord descends from the sky, pure contempt painted across his face. A powerful energy surge from this direction could only mean one thing. A top-tier divine weapon has surfaced. It clicks. The atomic bomb I set off inside the trial realm. A blast that massive would draw every powerful entity for hundreds of miles. In the cultivation realm, only the emergence of a truly divine weapon causes a disturbance on that scale. The demon lord takes one look at the master cowering like a frightened quail, and the contempt on his face deepens. He could wipe this worthless sect out with a flick of his wrist. He doesn't bother with words. He simply raises his hand to slaughter everyone present. I throw out every energy shield I have. 80 layers of invisible protection stacked around me. One casual, effortless strike from the demon lord punches straight through 78 of them. 2 layers left, both riddled with cracks, on the verge of collapse. Now this is a real showdown. Cultivation versus technology. I sharpen every sense I have and draw my laser gun. I catch him in a split second of surprise and fire straight at his forehead. As expected, the laser can't get anywhere near him. The celestial guard aura surrounding him is an absolute wall. But a foundation stage cultivator pulling a move like that, with reflexes like that, with shields that can absorb 78 of his strikes, the demon lord finally drops his indifference. He's getting serious. The demon energy around us thickens. Some of the weaker disciples are already in tears. If I can't end this, the entire sect goes down with me. With a single thought, I send every particle bomb and nanobot in my arsenal hurling themselves at the demon lord without a shred of self-preservation. Demon cultivators operate on internal energy. Once the demon energy is drained, he's just an ordinary man. My weapons are draining it fast, and when particle weapons are destroyed, they reassemble in sunlight and come right back. Attacking without rest, without end, endless and relentless, like cockroaches that simply cannot die. With over half his demon energy gone, the demon lord finally loses patience. He roars and winds up a finishing move, meant to end me in one shot. The demon energy is a fraction away from reaching me. I vanish. I reappear dozens of miles away, then blink again, straight behind him. 10 atomic bombs. My mech suit drops every single one directly at the demon lord's feet. All 80 shield layers detonate simultaneously, holding firm against a heat that could vaporize anything it touches. The demon lord is gone. Ash and nothing. I let out a long, slow breath. Surrounded by awestruck stares, I check my storage. Weapons almost depleted. Right on cue, the system starts howling. Player, bad news. The Heavenly Tao has had enough of you running interstellar tech in the cultivation realm. You need to leave. Now. I want to scream. Can I just blow up the Heavenly Tao too? Absolutely not. It can confiscate every weapon you own. And in the original story, you were supposed to get casually slapped to death by the demon lord anyway. You fought him ahead of schedule. Plot trigger death. Fine. I'm nothing if not practical. I'll go, but you're going to help me put on a show first. After a solid round of threats and promises, the system agrees. Reluctantly, I turn to the trembling crowd. Vera, forever the opportunist, is first to react. She scrambles to her feet, eyes blazing with excitement. Ash, did you just break through to Transcendent Stage? You killed the demon lord. I'm telling my clan right now. Let's pick a date for the wedding. Eli presses a hand to his wounds and snarls. Vera, yesterday you said you were going to marry me. How do you flip that fast? Vera's expression curdles with disgust. Marry you? 2 years in the sect and you still haven't formed a gold core? Did you really think I'd ever look at you? I click my tongue twice. Right. Like I'd ever look at you either. Time is running out. The Heavenly Tao has issued its final warning. I look up. The system projects a holographic display into the sky above. Looking exactly like the Heavenly Tao descending in judgment, I allow myself a small smile. Wrap particle light around my body, and the moment the current flows, I blaze. Like a god. The crowd falls dead silent. Every jaw drops. The stealth aircraft lifts me slowly into the air. To every wide-eyed soul below, it looks exactly like the legendary ascension in broad daylight. An ancient voice rolls down from above. Ash, consent to ascend and become a god? Watching the system ham it up, I bite back a laugh. Your disciple consents. The disciples of the Jade Cauldron sect drop to their knees in a wave. Someone screams in a frenzy. That's the voice of the Heavenly Tao. Ash is ascending to godhood. The crowd loses its collective mind. There hasn't been an ascension in tens of thousands of years, and today they're watching one happen 10 feet in front of them. The Heavenly Tao voice keeps spinning its story. If you have a master, you may bring them with you. The master scrambles over like a man possessed, slamming his forehead into the dirt. I am Ash's master. I am his. Your disciple was expelled from the sect. I have no master. If you have a wife, she may accompany you. Your disciple's engagement was broken off. I stand alone. And sect brothers and sisters? Since I was expelled, I have none. The heavenly Tao lets out a long, theatrical sigh. Then so be it. You shall ascend alone. Works for me. The stealth aircraft carries me higher and higher. To every wide-eyed soul below, I'm ascending to the divine realm. About to become an untouchable god. Vera completely breaks down. She doesn't care about her wounds. She screams like something inside her is tearing open. Ash, I'm your fiancé. Our engagement was never officially canceled. Take me with you. Take me to the divine realm. I'm already too high. Too far. I can't make out her words anymore. Only that she's screaming, and it's giving me a splitting headache. The moment we're out of sight, the system pulls me out of the cultivation realm entirely. 1 day of rest. Then back to work in the interstellar realm. Through the surveillance replay, I watch everything unfold. After I left, the Jade Cauldron sect descended into total chaos. Vera's cultivation is gone. The moment the Ming clan heard that the ex she broke off her engagement with ascended to godhood at 22, they threw her out on the spot, terrified of being associated with her failure. The illegitimate younger sister Vera used to look down on steps right into her place and becomes the next clan head. The once untouchable senior disciple becomes the most notorious madwoman in the cultivation realm. Screaming at strangers wherever she goes, my husband has ascended to godhood. None of you are worthy of me. He'll come back for me. He'll take me to the divine realm one day. The master, cultivation destroyed, loses the sect leader's position. Every brutal rule he once set for others comes back to punish him personally. A man who was once head of an entire sect, reduced to sweeping floors in the outer disciple quarters. Not much saner than Vera. Every time someone gives him trouble, he collapses into a raving meltdown. My disciple has ascended to godhood. When he comes back, not a single one of you will get away with this. The other disciples fare no better. Some expelled, left to fend for themselves. Others assigned to chop wood and farm. And everyone's darling Eli, now that they're all broken wrecks with no time or energy left to dote on anyone. The desperate mob strips him of every valuable he owns, not even sparing a snack. Without cultivation, without a protector, without anyone left to perform for, Eli becomes invisible. The master even considers turning him into a living cultivation vessel to restore his own power. Only drops the idea because Eli's spirit root is already ruined. Everyone's darling. Halo shattered beyond repair. The most invisible, worthless nobody in the entire cultivation realm. The cultivators who once looked up at him now mock him for sport, calling him a jinx, saying that without him, the entire Jade Cauldron sect might have ascended alongside Ash. I look away from the replay and turn back to my mech suit controls. Before me stretches the vast expanse of the interstellar realm. My tiny mech tears through the cosmos at full speed. Planets beside me, nothing but specks of dust. Tomorrow is the day I lead the Blue Star Army into the final battle against the insect horde. Inside my head, the system is still chattering away, gossiping about everything that happened back in the cultivation realm. I couldn't care less. I have too much to do. Too many things that actually matter waiting for me. Whatever grudges and entanglements were left behind in the cultivation realm, let them rot in the past where they belong. They have nothing to do with me anymore.